100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell raised an army and tried to conquer the world. He was stopped by an unlikely hero, Sheriff Aesop Stormwood. As Hollowell died, he prophesied that he would be reborn twice more and rise again. Stormwood looked him in the eye and said if Hollowell did, his descendants would strike him down. Sheriff Aesop Stormwood went on to form Stormwood and Associates to make sure they'd be ready for Hollowell's returns, a private detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. 25 years ago, Hollowell returned for the first time, and a Stormwood made good on Aesop's promise. But the third coming of Hollowell may not be so far in the future. But the young Raz Stormwood just might know it's coming, and she plans to be ready. Previously on Stormwood and Associates, Mrs. Stamets of the Stamets family has hired the Stormwood team to locate her missing son, Mark, who has apparently fallen in with a fast food cult obsessed with the restaurant McDaniels. It's strange. Anyways, the team managed to track at least some of this cult to a McDaniels on the east side of San Ricardo, where a bunch of them were getting stuff having to do with not Monopoly, but a very similar style game using small cards on the side of foods and things like that. NK decided to sit down with the cult, and after some vague threats from the exchange between NK and cult leader Gary, who claims that all the members are called Gary, the restaurant owner or manager, whatever, has shown up and is not exactly happy with this. Probably all the guns upset him or something. Yeah.
Suddenly, out of the back of the restaurant, you hear a storming bellow. What for is happening in my restaurant?
How are we not the weirdest people here? I just look at Gary.
A very loud dwarf comes out of the back room.
How are we the normal ones?
Wearing a regional manager's polo shirt. I am Soren, son of Mac, regional manager of McDaniels.
Oh, this is a corporate store, not a I thought it was a franchise.
I am a regional manager. I oversee things for corporates, and I happen to be in today.
But this is still a franchise store, right? I'm looking at Gary, or at least whichever Gary I've been talking to. This is how are we the most normal people here?
I demand that all of you leave my restaurant immediately.
We are just expressing our constitutional freedoms. Isn't that right, Gary?
I just want to gather. You know what? I'm actually good. I'm gonna leave. Come on, guys. Let's roll.
I'm just looking at the regional. I'm like, look, I am saying, and I put my hood up. My name is Gary, and this is unacceptable. That you are persecuting a minority religious group, and me and the other Garys are leaving.
I'm not actually with her. If you could call
we
the
are
cops
totally
at her,
together. We are 100% together. See, I'm wearing a hood. They're wearing hoods. We are all together. He's just jealous because I slept with his brother, and it's just really confusing for him right now. He's mad. We're gonna go home, honey, and we're gonna talk about this.
No one sleeps with my brother.
We're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna make it through this, baby. Okay? But we are 100% together. We are a thing, and our name is Gary. Just so remember this face the next time you yell at a customer, and I point at Gary.
Hey, what the hell? Whatever, I got what I came
Because when
for.
we talk to the ACLU, right, Connie? Right? When we talk to the ACLU, we're gonna... What's your name?
Gary and the cloaked figures all start leaving.
What's your name, Mr. Regional Manager?
I told you I am Soren, son of Mac.
Okay, great. I'm gonna make sure everybody... I'm writing a Yelp review right now. I walk out the door.
Get out of my restaurant!
Meanwhile, Babbitt wants to pop open one of the trunks and hide inside.
You couldn't have just, taken a spare earbud and, taped it to the bottom of their car?
It was an option. I decided this was better.
Alright,
This is more dynamic.
If there's a problem, they can solve it. If you need to find someone, they can do it. Stormwood and Associates is a detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. If you need help, they'll be there. But don't get in their way, or else you'll get caught in the eye of the storm.
roll a
hide check?
Yeah, roll a hide check. That'll be good.
Okay. 7.
Okay, yeah, you got into their trunk.
Yep.
Yeah. Jeez. All right, so
Thank God that cars have a required mandatory emergency release inside the trunk. Let's just remember that all cars built these days and for the last couple decades have emergency releases inside the trunks.
Not on television, they don't.
Yeah, they do on television. Well, I mean, if they only don't on television if they're an old car, but these are rental cars, which means they're recently built. I'm just saying, Babbitt can get out of the trunk whenever he wants. He can stay as long as he wants to. And I really
Soren, son of Mac, forcibly removes NK from
NK
the
already
restaurant.
exited.
Okay. Haraz, what are you up to?
I'm still following the cult.
No, you do not get in this vehicle with us.
Why not?
We don't know you. You're weird, even by my standards. And I am a very weird guy, according to a lot of people, actually. An uncomfortable amount of people. I mean, look, the point is you're not getting in this car with us. That's
Why
final.
not?
Because I said so.
Why?
Because I'm the cult leader. I mean, the social group leader.
I am very interested in reading some of your literature.
Oh, well, that's easy. Hey, Gary Ford, could you just get out a couple of the pamphlets? Okay, yeah. Gary Ford hands you 5 pamphlets.
Great. I'm going to look Gary Ford deeply in the eyes. Thank you so much for being the kind-hearted person that this cruel man only pretends to be.
But
Your gift of pamphlets is so deep and meaningful, and I am so touched by this that I will never forget you, Gary Ford.
you can't compare me like that. Gary
Gary?
Prime is our messiah.
Gary Ford, I need
He'll
you
lead
to...
us to the little
Gary
one.
Ford, you don't understand. Was it not written that the side of the road the blue-eyed one would recognize the truth. You are the chosen one, Gary 4. You are the chosen one. And I walk away.
Wait, everyone just get in the car. The rental cars all start.
I was trying to see like if I could figure out a way to like slip some sort of tracker, and I was just like, no, I don't have the skill to do that, and that would cause some sort of fight if I got caught. So now I'm just in this situation.
And they drive off.
I wave at Gary 4.
Raz has been hanging out in her SUV, probably playing with the Happy Meal, the kids' meal toy that she got, and is going to follow them.
Babbitt, where are you?
In the trunk.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm getting in my Golf. I'm pulling up the tracker for his earbud on my phone, putting in a little dash holder.
Wait, what trunk? Bill comes in. What is going on? I'm just a block away now.
Babbitt's in the trunk of the car of one of the things. Just pull up the tracking app on your phone that I installed.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to follow the ping, okay?
All right.
Make sure you're following the one marked Babbitt. The one marked Bill is you and where you currently physically are. The one marked NK is me. The one marked Raz is Raz. All right? And follow the one marked Babbitt.
Okay, I can handle that.
But like, I'm getting in my car and I'm following and I'm driving casually. So I can follow closely. If let me see the drive casually. What's my roll here? Drive casual 1d10 plus my level. So let me roll my drive casually roll here. 10.
Okay.
So they are not going to be able to see me.
No, they can't spot you at all.
So I am following like as close as I can.
All right. Raz, how are you driving? Like,
They don't know who I am. They don't.
Oh, that's
recognize
true.
my vehicle,
Well,
so I don't need to hide.
They don't need to, yeah, and also you have the tracking on the thing, so you don't have to stay close to know where they're going.
Yeah.
And I can, so you don't need to stay close to know where they're going. I will stay close to make sure that we have eyes on the car with Babbitt at all times. You know, so in case they like, you know, throw him out of the trunk or something.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Or are about to drive the car into, like, the ocean or something.
Okay.
Is it okay or is it NK?
Babbitt, from in the trunk, you can kind of hear some muffled sounds of a conversation going on in the vehicle.
Does it sound? Do I recognize any key words?
One of them is definitely Gary. And you hear what you can make out is one of the cultists saying
I
something.
think they're all Gary.
Yeah, I was going to say. One of them's Gary. Of course one of them's Gary. They're all Gary. We've established they're all fucking
But yes,
Gary.
I understand.
Or are they?
Words that was heard is Gary.
One of the.
We're
Why did you
all
even come
Gary.
up with that? Look, I don't want them to figure out what our deal is yet. And the less names I have to give out, the easier it'll be. Just trust me. I just want to know how they found out about our cash cow. Who's paying for this trip?
Okay, it's a fake cult. They're not all Gary. And I think Mark is paying for Something.
Find out Gary Ford's name. He's in the car with Gary.
If it weren't for that trust fund, we wouldn't have been able to make it this far. Nice. What? Why did you just laugh, sir? Everyone knows that you don't question when the enlightened one laughs. Sometimes it's because he read a good family circus. Sometimes it's because he sees the number 69. It's just funny, okay? They keep driving, and they pull up at a hotel.
I sit in the parking lot of the hotel.
The cultists all get out of the car, seem to head in toward the building, and none of them seem particularly shook or concerned about anything.
What kind of hotel is this?
It's nothing too fancy. It's like about the same quality as a Super 8. We're not talking like...
So it's the DeKalb Super 8.
Yeah, it might as well. It in fact is. It is exactly like the same layout as the DeKalb Super 8.
Okay. That is such an obscure reference that nobody that our listeners are get.
There are a lot of...
they renovated the DeKalb Super 8. Like,
No!
You can no longer sleep in the city. They redid all the rooms.
What?
Yeah. It's new art. All, like, if you look at the photos online.
Oh, sorry, guys. We got to end the show. I've got to go sit in the bathtub and just stare at the wall for about an hour. I'll be... Sorry. God.
The DeKalb Super 8.
Good game.
We've all... Kyle's never been to the DeKalb Super 8. This is a useless reference from one of the players. Oh, boy. Did they go in the main entrance?
Yeah, they went in the main entrance.
All right. I'm going to get out of my car. I'm going to tap on the trunk that Babbitt's in.
Trunk.
They went in the building.
Oh, okay, cool. Babbitt comes out.
I'm just gonna... okay. Yeah, I don't have any disguise skills or hiding skills when I'm not in the car.
I have disguise. I can disguise myself.
Yeah, but they've also not seen you yet.
That's true. I don't have to.
You can just walk in.
Yep.
You could disguise yourself as one of the cult members.
Good. I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay. Babbitt, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Okay.
You can, like, hide?
Yeah, Babbitt's gonna... Hang on. Babbitt's gonna take a minute, just kind of loosen up and get real cool. And then he's gonna walk in and be nonchalant.
I should have used swagger on Gary 4. God. Keep forgetting I have this skill.
Uh-huh. I remembered just now.
Maybe I'll see if I'll throw you guys a bone then.
The lobby of the DeKalb Super 8, which is not in DeKalb in this situation, it's in San Ricardo, has a large staircase going up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me, yes. We have so you go in there, there's your normal lobby desk, there is a large staircase going up to the second floor, there's a swimming pool behind that staircase, and there is a room to the right of the staircase where you can get a mostly okay, sometimes kind of crappy continental breakfast.
The DeKalb Super 8.
Okay, do I see any of the fake cultists?
There are no cultists downstairs that you can see. And the front desk person seems to be in the back room.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking around the outside of the hotel and like just looking to. Is it still daylight?
Yes, it is still daylight.
Okay, just looking to see if there are any first floor windows open.
All right.
Being just a real
Let's
creep.
see.
Although I'm gonna swagger it, so I'm gonna be really cool while I do this.
You walk by a window and two guys who aren't wearing shirts open their window. Hey, do you know where we can buy some weed?
I mean, it's Calisorte. Just go to the local dispensary.
Ah, right on. They close the window.
To continue to walk around.
That seems like a fun time.
This story got autobiographical for me again. I'm sorry.
Did someone lean out the DeKalb Super 8 and ask you where to buy weed?
Well, it was a Wausau Econo Lodge.
Ah, the
but
Econo.
yes.
Okay, an Econo Lodge story. Just checking in. We have fun in hotels, guys. And when I say we, I mean Nick. And when I say fun, I mean has nightmare stories involving an Econo Lodge.
Yep.
So I'm going to keep walking around the building. Just looking.
You do actually kind of see some people in dark robes closing the curtain
On the first floor or second floor?
on the second floor.
All right.
There
Am I
appears to
on
be
the
some-
parking lot side of the building or the road side of the building?
You're on the parking lot side.
All right. Let me see here. I literally have a photograph of the building this is modeled after. Sure, it's got Vic Mignogna's head imposed in the sky above it, but I have the photo. It was a cover image for an episode of Nerd and Die.
That's what they all say.
All right, let me take a look.
Doesn't
here.
make it better. It's still Vic Mignogna.
All right, that was back in April. Let's see here. Find me a photo. Because I want to... All right, so there is... All right. So I'm going to run over to... So how far away from the lobby door is this?
This is on the far... This is pretty far away from the lobby door. This is on the far end of the second floor.
Okay.
So, room.
What I'm going to do is pull the car up near the overhang over the lobby door and park using a sweep move. What I want to do is effectively parkour up to the roof of that overhang and then get onto the roof of the hotel. No, wait. I take it back. I don't want to do that. I want to pull my car over to the far left of the building because there's that set of stairs with that little bit of the building that comes that juts out at the end that's lower than the main roof.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do is pull my car over there, jump onto the roof of my car and, using a sweet move, kind of kick off that little corner back and forth and to vault onto that roof, jump to the main roof of the hotel, and running around along the roof, get to the point where that window was, and hanging off the gutter, and then dropping so my feet are supported on the air conditioning unit that sticks out slightly from the building, so I'm right at that window. Does that work?
Good to me.
Works for me.
Works.
I'm using sweet moves for one of their intended purposes. All right. So I'm just sort of hanging there with my messenger bag with my feet on an air conditioning unit. And they closed the curtains so they can't see out the window.
That is correct.
I want to put my ear to the window and see if I can hear anything inside.
Just a few pieces away, guys. We're gonna have the little one. He'll be back and he'll keep us safe. Tell us more about the little one, Gary. You guys know I can only tell you so much, but in a time before time itself, the little one struck fear into all those who saw him. They say ancient man gathered around fires, and when the little one joined him, they'd yell, "You are the devil," and go away.
Guys, second floor. How many sets of windows are there till the end of the building?
Let's say 20. I don't have the layout in front of me, so I'm going to say 20.
Well, it's whatever. I just want to know how close to the end, like to tell them like X number of rooms from the end of the hallway.
Okay, yeah, 20.
Okay. So 20 rooms down on the left on second floor.
Okay, Babbitt goes up to the second floor and goes 20 rooms down or so and tries to listen against doors to find them.
All right, and yeah, you can also hear, yeah, the little one. And when we bring him back, he's gonna keep us safe when the world ends.
Okay, it's a real cult. They're just not all Gary.
Gary, share your goodness with us.
Where's Raz?
Well, Raz was thinking she could just... I don't know if she'd even need to disguise herself as anything, but it'd be really funny to go up to their door, pretend to be housekeeping, and just storm in.
See, I was thinking it might be really fun to go in through the window that I am hanging out of.
That would work. I don't know.
Well, no, I just need to know if you're going to be like with Babbitt in the hallway or if you're going to try something else.
No, I think I'm going to just go with Babbitt in the hallway. I mean...
Here's the thing. What I don't want to do is bust in and be the only one in that room and get killed.
No. What we do is we have you bust in through the window and we bust in through the door, all timed at the same time.
Perfect.
Ta-da!
I like it.
Because we're on comms, so you'll be able to hear when I shout for housekeeping.
Okay, then I will wait. I am... Alright, so what I'm going to do while I wait is I'm going to... How do I want to do this? I'm going to, I guess, maybe tuck my guns into my belt? No, that doesn't make sense. So they're in my messenger bag. I didn't switch to my hip holsters. They're in my messenger bag, which I'm wearing, so I have them on me. Okay, I just have to... Okay, I'll think the move out. Okay, I'll figure it out. So whenever Raz gets up to the second floor, I'll describe what I do when she yells housekeeping.
Okay.
Unless you want to do a cool entrance first. We need to synchronize our sweep moves, Raz.
We do.
So when you break down so on a sweep move, you could break down the door.
Yeah.
While I break in through the window.
Man, if I had more time and more forethought, I would have disguised myself as a federal agent.
I'm sure you've got a fake badge if the GM allows it.
I'll allow it. That seems like something you'd have.
Yeah, just because, like, then it makes sense for the cultists why I'm barging in on them. And am pointing a gun on them, which I will be doing. Cool. So yeah, Raz goes up and joins Babbitt and listens and... I don't know, we want to do this now or keep trying to listen for information from them?
That's up to you guys.
Again, doesn't like making decisions.
Look, I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Yeah.
It is taking everything not to have NK just break in through this window right now.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, well, if
That
NK says, like, let's do this, like, Raz is going to be like, okie dokie, let's do this.
NK has no impulse control, and I have a very strong impulse to do this.
So, Raz is going to have her pistol locked and loaded.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do as a sweep move, what NK's going to do as a sweep move, is she is going to, holding on to the gutter of the building, just lift her legs up, like kind of like put her feet on the window, squat, kick back so she swings back, and then smashes her feet first into the window, breaking the window as she dramatically swoops into the room, pulls out her guns, also looking incredibly cool while doing this. Using swagger.
I thought of a cool entrance.
Well,
me too.
Then do that while I'm doing this.
Oh, well, it would have to take place a little bit beforehand.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do?
Knock on the door, yell, housekeeping! And then, like, after I shout that, then I kick down the door, bring my gun in, and say, y'all need any towels, bitches? And as I sweep the gun over them, and you come crashing in.
All right, let's coordinate our sweep moves. Let's do that. So you come breaking in, you knock on the door, say housekeeping, kick the door down, brandish your gun, you do your stuff, and while at I do my thing where I kick through the window.
Yeah.
Do those sweep moves work? I vote yes on both.
I vote yes on both.
Okay.
All right, Babbitt?
Yep.
Yeah! So we go crashing in. And
Woo-hoo.
after she says, got any towels, I'm going to go, this place is a mess.
Oh, beans!
And then where's Gary 4? Where's the guy who called himself, the guy called Gary 4?
Gary 4 is actually by one of the beds assembling the little pieces from the little paper pieces from the drinks and French fry boxes, like, on the game board.
I need to run to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab him by like doesn't have lapels, but like that spot on the robe where lapels would be. I'm gonna look him in the eye. I'm gonna look as cool as possible. Just absolute complete swagger. I'm gonna say, "It was foretold. You are the true Gary. You need to run."
But
While she's doing this,
Look at me. He is a false
I've
Gary.
given so much up to Gary.
You need to run and be safe now.
But we give everything we can to that Gary.
I'm really cool.
Yeah, you got a point. He runs out of the room.
I tackle him.
No!
Ah!
Let him go!
What the hell, you guys?
I put
Raz
my...
is currently like yelling at the cultists to like
Yeah.
get on the floor, showing her federal agent badge.
Oh, now both of my guns are on Jason Mantzoukas, not Jason Mantzoukas, legally distinct from Jason Mantzoukas Gary.
He has not had a chance to pull anything yet.
Where's he sitting?
He's in the middle of the room. Everyone is gathered around him.
So the guy I ran to was by one of the beds, so I mean, these are not big rooms. I gotta be right next to him, right? Or am I,
Basic.
I'm putting my gun...
There's a few people in the way. They're kind of crammed in there like sardines. You're lucky that you went after Gary 4 because he was slightly separated, but everyone else is kind of like
Gary Ford deserves
gathered
to
around
live.
the other bed while Jason Mantzoukas tells the story of the little one.
I stand Gary 4. I'm just like gonna stand there. I'm looking as cool as possible, both guns pointed at Gary.
I am yelling at these guys to get on the ground now.
This is the persecution I warned you all about.
Bet your ass it is.
Like, how many people are in here?
It is a very uncomfortable setup. There's about 12 people gathered in this hotel.
What's the mix of genders and ages?
Almost everyone is in their early to mid 20s except for Gary Prime.
And are any of them Mark?
None of them are Mark, but you roll a spot check real quick.
9.
Okay. You notice that there's definitely not enough luggage in here that all of them are in this one room.
Right.
Are these all humans, or we've got multiple races, or...
They're mostly human. There's a couple people from other races. There's there's like...
And if they're wearing hoods, we might not be able to tell the elves from the humans.
Yeah, you can't really tell the elves from the humans. There's a lot of dwarven iconography, but there's not a lot of dwarves. There's definitely some dwarf cultural appropriation going on.
I am still yelling at them all to get on the ground with hands behind their heads.
Geez. Most of them are following through. They don't...
Thank you.
This room is really tightly packed. Like, no one wants
I don't care if they pile on top of each other. I want them all subdued.
I pulled Gary 4 out of the room.
Oh, thanks.
Where are the other rooms?
What? I mean, like, all of this floor is filled with other rooms.
Babbitt's asking Gary 4. He's not asking Gary Prime.
Oh, well, we got, basically, these 3 are all ours.
Open up that room.
Oh, okay. He opens it.
I push him inside. Is there anyone else in there?
There is a green-faced fellow. Appears to be Mark. He's just thrown up in a bucket. Like, his face isn't naturally green. He's just, yeah.
Okay, you gotta be clear, because, Babbitt's face is green.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not naturally green like Babbitt, but he is sick green because he definitely ate the bad nuggets.
Yeah, like we don't know. His dad could have been a goblin. There are mixed race couples here in this world.
That's fair. That was very unfair of me. I'm sorry.
Gary 4, go lie down between the beds.
Okay.
Mark?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, sometimes it's what's going on? Are you okay? Is Steve okay? Why is he Gary 4? It's a long story. But Gary was afraid that the persecutors had come for us, and well, they came for us. Ah, no. Ugh. Oh,
Mark,
no.
are you using your trust fund to bankroll a trip to somewhere?
I'm using my trust fund in the name of surviving the oncoming apocalypse.
Which apocalypse? I've heard of so many.
Your game master for this episode was Nick Izumi. I'm Trey Dorn, and I played NK. Babbitt was played by Kyle Johnson, and Raz Stormwood by Gen Proc. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. To be continued. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network. And that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.